1 second. Oops. Hey, this is Steven from Legit Tutorials, and welcome back to my product development series. We are back working on the CNC Plasma table. So we're getting really close to getting a location here post tech shop dissolving, or tech shop declaring bankruptcy. So one of my buddies is moving into a place on Monday. He's asking me if I wanted to check it out on Monday, so maybe Monday I have a spot. But one of the main places that we're going to be building this, obviously, is on school grounds, San Jose State grounds, because they have horizontal balance on all the metal, all the welders and stuff that I need to assemble this guy. So just an update on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of what we got so far. So we got this guy ready to go, and then we're going to go back here. We're going to look at subassembly. So here's the subassembly here. And so this is where we left off to where we're going to attach these bearings, and also we need to put something underneath this guy, so maybe some and how much clearance do we need? Also, another thing, this guy definitely needs to be thinner, so this guy needs to be at least smaller than smaller than 0.177. So that is 1/8 of an inch, right? So an 1/8 of an inch plate will work here, and obviously you got to be smaller than 22,000. Let's go ahead and modify that plate to 1/8 of an inch. Which I think I actually have some. Well, I do have some 1/4 inch plate as well as 1/8 of an inch plate. Okay, another thing that we're going to need is some noise isolating cork, probably 1/4 of an inch. So let's look at how far we need to go. So this needs to at least go, to clear this bearing, it needs to go this diameter divided by 2, right? Because it's pretty much halfway around. This diameter divided by 2, so that's 0.44 inches or whatever. 0.433 inches out. Somewhat. It doesn't necessarily, because it needs to clear past this. So let's do a 1/4 inch piece of cork and then see how that works out, and then maybe go from there. So let's go ahead and start a sketch. We're going to do it top here, and then this is going to be the same size as this carriage face here, which I think this was 5.25 inches, 2.5 inches. Also, another thing I noticed is that these aren't exactly equal distances from each other. That's fine. 2.5 inches by 3.5, right? 2.5 by 3.5. 2.5 by 3.5. Oh, it's in Sketch here. Let's drop it out of Sketch. There we go. Excuse me. Some pretty thick cork. I don't think it does have any cork. Whatever, leather. Paper. Liquids. Glasses. Gases. Flooring, bamboo, ceramics. Actually doesn't really have that many. It has a lot of plastics, which obviously it's not a plastic, but yeah. Cork. A little bit of a harmonic dampener there. Oops. Wait, what? Also, another thing, that V-wheel is going to have to go past this, so now that I think about it, this cork is going to have to be slightly under. Not this first sketch, but the second sketch. Just so the V-wheel could go past. I should also get rid of any sort of harmonics. That's the whole point of the cork, was to get rid of any sort of harmonics. So you don't see any vibrations inside of the cut. It looks good. But this piece is still going right past it. Let's give it a try. Oops. That's close enough. Okay. This is going to be a slider. And it's going to be basically to the point where it doesn't look like it's moving. So this is it. But it looks like this is going to, it's going to the joints. Yeah, it's definitely clipping. So it might have to be like an inch of cork. Let's do half an inch. Perfect. Or I could do probably 3/8, 0.375. Oops. No. 3/8. So that is 6/16. Wait. 3/8. Yeah, 6/16. 7/16. Yeah, it's probably gonna have to be half an inch. No, unless we do 6/16. No, 7/16. Wait, 4/375. Perfect. Okay, so this is the So I think on this one we might be able to get away with just having 3 bearings. So 1, 2, 3. Probably a similar deal on the back side. You could probably actually go with 3 bearings, but this, you know, with the imprecision that we're having with that square tubing, that it's probably better off that we do this, because this is just going to have a square plate. That being said, what we probably shouldn't be doing, rather than just having each of these V-wheels, is now we actually need the gantry that goes on there. Okay, so now let's do the gantry. So this is going to be the So the Z carriage bracket. So for the Z carriage bracket, let's go ahead and bring in our plate that we're going to reference off of. So here's our plate. Now let's go ahead and draw a sketch on the front. And now we need those bearings, obviously, so I have these bearings in here. Oh, let's go ahead and stop to Let's roll the timeline back. So these guys get placed in before. So we're also going to drive reference off this guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this guy. Alright. Move the timeline back forward. Oh no. Let's go ahead and capture position. I don't know where that can... Where's that capture position option? I don't know where that is. Anyways, I'm gonna project include this guy, this guy. And we're going to dimension off of this guy be driven. So let's find artificial center. Not artificial center, but center. Okay. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and do a sort of like a kind of the layout where the extents are. And then let's dimension this to this 45 degrees. Let's go further. Okay, so now they are where we want them to be. This might be a little extreme. So what's the that distance is pretty gnarly. It's 4.5 inches. It's way too gnarly. Let's do 45. So these are basically the lines to the bearings. So we're going to go with the try for this one. And then now we're going to have a circle. A 2-point. Reference off that circle, the bearing. Alright, so that is our plate. So now, also another thing that we need to do is we need to dimension the center of this one, have that driven, and we draw the centers in here. Oh crap. Center point circle now, which I think is just C. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and turn these to construction lines just to kind of show what it's going to look like. And then let's go ahead and draw offset. I mean, most likely what this is going to be is not how I'm drawing it, actually. Probably just going to do a square. Wherever you get the idea. Something like that. It's a 1/4 inch plate. Okay, so let's get rid of the V-wheel and let's get rid of this. Honestly, it's not gonna be like this. It's probably just gonna be a square. Because, you know, we have to machine that out. We don't have anything to cut it, and it's not going to happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into sub-assemblies. New design. Let's go ahead and save this in sub-assemblies. This is a Z carriage. And for that, on Z carriage bracket, with the plate, Go ahead and move these apart a little bit. Then I'm gonna move. Oh, there's the capture position. Okay. Uh-oh. Closer. Yeah, that's good. This is get the idea. Oh. Gotta be a lot closer than that. Yeah, around there. So we're gonna have to come back and mod this to have the pieces on there. So that being said, probably not going to mess with this main assembly layout or this what I'll probably do and have this guy, but no point of updating it right now because you need to add the torch plate. Holds a torch, either a pencil torch or regular torch. I would like to buy initially the pencil torch for it. I'm sure I can find one. I'm seeing some here. You know, some generic heads or whatever. I'm sure I'll find one if I didn't want to start out with the regular torch head. Anyways, I'll have to figure that out and update you guys. So it's been Steven from Legit Tech Tutorials. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like in this series or series as well. See you guys next video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.